All right, here we are at cool down 1. It's time to pay it back into our body with some decompression. And by decompression, literally by tractioning out different tissues that are more than likely compressed as a result of our strength training or just everyday life. So even if it's not cooling down from a workout, you can use this to cool down from your day. It'd be really an effective way to reduce the overall stress that you go to bed with, and hopefully don't wake up with it the next day to start a day freshly. We're gonna start by pushing back into our child's pose. So hands down, splay the fingers open, press your hips back towards your heels. Forehead down towards the ground, press your hands forward. Take note of any tension between your shoulder blades or up and down the sides of your body. Now what we're gonna start with is an angled child's pose. So we're gonna take our hands at a 45-degree angle off to the left. The right hand's gonna reach a little further than the left, so they're gonna be off cabered, and you're gonna feel a nice pre-stretch up and down the right side of your body already. From there, we're gonna press down into our right hand. We're gonna rock into our pinky side of our hand and lay our head into our arm. As we do, press into the hand so the forearm and the elbow stays off the ground. Recover back to hand flat. Exhale as we rock into the pinky. Inhale as we rock back to center. Exhale, rock to the pinky. Inhale, hand flat again. Exhale, rock to the pinky. Inhale, hand flat. Last time, we're gonna do 5 on each side. Exhale, rock to the pinky. Inhale, hand flat. Walk your hands back to center and across the midline to go to the right. Left hand reaches further than the right hand now this time. Feel how that pre-stretches the left hand side of your body. The fingers are together on the left hand. Rock over to the pinky side of the hand, head into the shoulder, push down into the edge of the hand, and feel the left side of your body open up there, the left armpit. And now rock down to palm flat. Exhale, lean. Inhale, rock back to flat. Exhale, lean. And rock back to flat. 2 more times. And 1 more. All right, we're gonna go back to center, back to our first child's pose. Pull your hips back, hands splayed open. Pull your body back away from the hands and see if there's a difference up and down the sides of your body in terms of tension or even in your mid-back. More than likely, there's gonna be an impact already. From there, we're gonna go ahead into a pedaling downward facing dog. So the hands being flat and the fingers being splayed is gonna be your base of support with your hands. Your toes are gonna dig into the ground this time. And what we're gonna do, instead of a traditional downward facing dog, we're gonna start with our knees bent. So keep your knees bent and arch your butt up to the ceiling as high as you can, pressing your hands firmly into the ground. Now pedaling is like bike pedal. So what we're gonna do is keep both knees bent right now, press your hips up, arch your tailbone, lift it as high as you can. So your knees are gonna stay soft when we start the position. Lock out your elbows. Now we're gonna start straightening out your right leg, feeling that stretch up and down the right leg. And now bend the right leg, straighten out the left leg. Alternate right leg straight, left leg straight. Try to keep your hips square, right leg straight, left leg straight. Right leg straight, left leg straight. Good, 1 more on each side. Right leg straight, left leg straight. Good, both knees bent, and then arch your tailbone up to the sky again and see, hey, you get any new room to lift your tailbone a little bit higher? I feel a little more room there. Bring your knees back down to the ground and reset. Good, shoulders back over the hips. All right, from there, we're gonna go into our pigeon pose. So plank position, wide plank position. So not directly under your shoulders, but a little bit wider, because we're gonna get our knee and our shin to rotate in front of us to some degree. So wide plank position, head over, shoulder over hands, head out in front. You're gonna bring your left knee up towards your left wrist. Try to cross your foot and ease the shin down to the ground with most of your weight on your hands. Your big toe is still back behind you, so you have weight on your hands and big toe to ease that shin down. Now go ahead and bring the rear knee down, extend that back leg and point the toe, and then see where you can find comfort in this pigeon pose. What you'll take note is Different people are gonna be at different heights. April's hip is already down on the ground. Mine's a little higher. Juan's working on his fists to give him a little more height to work on. So that also means this next step is gonna have varied heights too. What we're gonna do is square off our hips, exhale and think about that folded hip. This one, my left hip, rocks out, reaching down towards the ground, and then back into center. So we're just kind of oscillating into that hip. Exhale out, inhale back to center. Exhale out, inhale back to center. 2 more times. Exhale out is very subtle, just shifting the weight out. Inhale back to center. Last time, exhale out, inhale back to center. Just trying to wiggle back and forth a little bit without letting your whole body twist. Next is gonna be another subtle movement, but you're gonna feel it wind the hip tight. Keep your chest proud. Keep pressing through your arms to don't turn your shoulders. Keep your shoulders nice and square. But what you're gonna do is pull your left butt cheek back and drive your right hip forward. And that rotation of the hip's gonna load that folded hip. Release, open up the hips. Exhale, rotate it closed again. Again, 2 down, open, close it down. So when I say open, this extended hip opens out to the side, and I say close, it rotates in. Open, close. Open, and close. All right, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Dig your big toe back into the ground on your right leg, press into a tall plank position, retract your left leg, reclaim it, and then take your right leg back into that forward position. Chest up, shoulders back. Nice, ease your way into that posture. All right, from here, we're gonna rock with it, okay? So rock the hip out and rock it back into center. Rock the hip out and back into center. Each time, if you can or if you need to, realign your body to square everything off if you feel it off kilter. Good, 1 more time. Hip out, hip in. Anchor yourself into that position. See if you get a little more room. You could push yourself back a little further to deepen the stretch. Shoulders back, chest proud. Now we're gonna open this rear hip, so point it out to the side, and then close it down, pointing it down to the ground. Now notice my shoulders don't turn, but my hips do. It's a very subtle movement, but we're trying to make all that happen at the hips. So pulling the right butt cheek back and driving the left hip forward. 2 more times. Last one. Good, dig that big toe into the ground behind us. Bring our knees underneath us. Our hands are gonna stay kind of where they're at, but a little bit narrower. We're gonna take our left leg and point it straight across our body to the side. The key here is to try to straighten out this leg. So drive your heel out and take note, even just driving your heel out right now probably gives you tension up and down the outside of that thigh, up to the hip. Now what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go ahead and take both forearms down to the ground in line with the original direction we were laying, framing where we would have laid facing forward. Back leg is gonna extend back as far as possible, pointing the toe, and now we're gonna open the hip and open the chest. Inhale, exhale, close that forearm down and rotate that back leg, knee down, top of foot down towards the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, rotate. Rotate that leg, hip down, trying to close this hip down towards the ground. Open, inhale, exhale, close. 2 more times. Open, inhale, exhale, close. Last one. Inhale and exhale. Good. Hands down. Bring that rear leg all the way up into a squat-like position. So you can push into that foot. Bring the knees back down. We're gonna switch positions. Step out with the left foot. Bring the right leg all the way across. All right, so back leg extends back. Forearms are gonna reach towards the ground. So we're gonna put both forearms down in frame, drive through that right leg, try to extend the back leg as far back as you can. Open the chest to the sky. Exhale, point the rear toe, turn it over to the top of the foot, and try to get that hip to rotate towards the ground. Inhale, open. Exhale, closed. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Good. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Inhale, open. And exhale, close. Nice. That should have got all up and down the outside of that hip. Let's bring that left foot back up and in. Bring your knees back underneath you. And now we're gonna get into our frog series. So our toes are gonna touch at midline, right between us, right up and down our middle. Toes touching right here. Knees splay open wide. Okay, forearms gonna reach down to the ground. First, we're gonna exhale, sink back into our hips. So pull our hips back, press our forearms forward into the ground. Next, we're gonna inhale, pull our body forward, close to the ground, tuck our hips under, see how low we can get, keeping everything the same height off the ground. Long spine. Inhale back, exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back. And inhale forward. Exhale back. Inhale forward. Exhale back, and inhale forward. All right, from the forward position, we're gonna open our feet so that they're directly behind our knees. Readjust as necessary, and check. Is that a straight line from knee to heel? That's what you're aiming, straight back from the knee to the wall behind you. We're gonna push our forearms, or pull our forearms closer to us. This time, instead of pulling ourselves forward, we're gonna focus on pushing gently back into those hips, trying to get the hips back between the heels. So gentle pressure, exhale. Inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward, exhale back, chest out, long spine, inhale forward, exhale back, inhale forward. Last rep, exhale, deepest stretch here, gently applying pressure, a little bit longer, a little more pressure, inhale forward. And bring your toes back into midline, bring your knees back underneath you. We're gonna sit up tall. All right, from our Rocking Frog series, we have our kneeling, half kneeling series to focus on our hip flexor. We're gonna take a step forward with our left foot. Now, this will be a little different. I'm gonna place my right hand on the top of my right butt cheek and press downward. I wanna rotate my pelvis like this, shortening the rib line, the front line, and getting my ribs down and my pelvis rotated posteriorly, so it tilts back. So I'm gonna press down on my hip. That's also gonna help this hip extend as we rock forward. So inhale back, exhale, press the left knee forward and press the hip down and forward with the hands. Good, inhale back, exhale, forward. Good, inhale back, exhale, forward. Try to minimize the amount of tension in the glute on the right-hand side as we use the drive of the left knee and the push of the hands behind the right butt cheek to assist in extending that hip. Inhale back, exhale forward. Good, let's switch sides. So bring your left knee back to your right, step forward with your right foot, hands right above the left butt cheek. Inhale back, exhale, drive that knee forward, press down on the back of that hip to open up the front. Inhale back, exhale forward. 5 repetitions is right what we want. 2, 3, keep the ribs down. Try not to arch your low back. 4, last one. 5, good. All right, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take our hands, straddle that front leg, the right leg. Walk our left foot in line with our right and right next to each other. Pinch them together. Let our head hang over the front of our knees. Bend our knees enough so that our belly and up to our sternum is all supported by your upper thigh and knee. Head's hanging over. Everything's relaxed. Fingertips ideally touching the ground. We're gonna pedal here. Right leg straightens. All the weight behind the right heel. Good, bend the right knee, straighten out the left leg. Bend the left leg, straighten out the right leg. Good, bend the right leg, straighten the left. Bend the left, straighten the right. Good, all the way to the left
2 more on each side. Each time going a little bit deeper, feeling a little bit more release. Not only up and down the back of the leg, switch to the left, but all the way up the side of the body even. Last one on each side. Right and left. Good. Bend both knees. Hang your head over the front of your knees. Allow the weight of your head to traction out your mid-back. A lot of tension back there after all the pulling and all the support of the weight in front of your body. Let it relax. Soften the knees. Press your knees forward. Tuck your tailbone under and roll back up to standing slowly, 1 vertebra at a time. Chin still stays in contact with your chest until you're fully standing, shoulders back, then the chin lifts. All right, we're gonna focus on getting back to our hip width stance. Tucking your tailbone under, kind of feeling everything has shifted. Chest is proud, reach down through those fingertips, pull the chin back, get as tall as possible. Big inhale, big exhale. You did something really good for your body right now, and you should be happy. I know your body's happy. I hope you have a great night of rest. You've earned it. Great work.